Thanks for clicking in. Here comes a move that could prevent Thailand from getting its first female PM or MPs endorsed. The People's Alliance for Democracy has moved to stop the Election Commission from endorsing MPs and demanding that a new election be called. Of course, ASTV Pujatkan, the PAD's mouthpiece, carries this revelation big. Its main headline says, Suspend election results. Jamlong points out 2 million voters lost their rights. Ban politicians blatantly involved. Jamlong accuses the EC of wrongdoings for causing 2 million voters to lose their rights. The subheadlines go on that the EC must declare party list ballots invalid. If the EC endorses MPs, the Supreme Court's Elections Cases Division will be asked to nullify the July 3rd election. The PAD also threatens to take criminal action against 5 EC members. Jamlong was among many voters who were denied the right to vote because his name was not in the Bangkok's constituency. He went to vote on July 3rd. This is because in the 2007 election, he voted in advance election outside his constituency in Kanchanaburi, and he did not cancel the right to vote outside his constituency. But Jamlong argued he could still vote in the Bangkok's by-election, so he believes it's a double standard. Other reasons that the PAD cited against the July 3rd election include the accusation that major 5 parties illegally campaigned for votes by promising to give something that could be counted as money. For this one, what brings to my mind are, for instance, computer tablets. Secondly, many banned politicians have been involved in the election process. For instance, the election slogan, Thaksin thinks, Pheu Thai acts. Matichon's main headline says, Yingluck doubles up as defense minister. Preparatory school class 10 alumni vie for post. Banhan meets Thaksin, taking 3 seats. Class 10 alumni are Thaksin's classmates. Banhan, of course, denied discussing politics with Thaksin in Brunei, but Pujatkan's headline says, a slip of the tongue. Banhan admits to meeting Thaksin, saying 3 seats. Redshirts wait to be rewarded. Thairat carries an insightful article why Banhan had to fly to Brunei to meet Thaksin. The report said Banhan had to counter the move by Prapat Pothasuthon, who is believed to become very close to Thaksin and had asked for a cabinet seat for his group. Komchatluk features a possible backtracking by Pheu Thai on minimum wage issue, saying, Yingluck in dilemma. Thaksin changes stance. Wants 300 baht wage only in Bangkok. Pheu Thai fears populist policies will send country into poverty, but the party's economic team fears dissolution of the party for not honoring its election campaign promises. With its amnesty plan coming in for strong resistance during the election campaign, will the Pheu Thai party now resist pressure from the red shirts to grant them clemency? Thai Post main headline says, UDD speeds up amnesty. Supon Athawong, UDD leader, ready to reconcile with Sonthi and Nevin. United Front for Democracy Against Dictatorship member Gorkeo Pikuntong, who is Pheu Thai party list MP-elect, suggests that the party call a referendum to get the public consensus. He said going through parliament will be a long process. Supon, known as Rambo Isan, said he is ready to prostrate before PAD leader Sonthi and Phumjai Thai's Nevin if it can bring about reconciliation. Pujatkan's click section scrutinized the Pheu Thai's 5 controversial populist policies. Which policies are feasible and which ones are feared to create far-reaching negative impacts. The most controversial policy is the 300 baht daily minimum wage and the 50,000 monthly salary for graduates working for state enterprises and state agencies. Despite opposition from experts, the Pheu Thai insists it's feasible and will implement the plan January next year. But according to Komchatluk, this might happen only in Bangkok and suburbs. The cancellation of the oil fund is another much talked about policy. Yingluck has already redefined her promise, saying the new government will only reduce contributions to the oil fund temporarily and see how it goes. Third is the credit cards for farmers policy. Well, this one seems to get more support from critics and the media than other policies, though farmers are seen as having relatively little credibility to honor their debts or are seen as having less financial discipline. But farmers are the backbone of our country and are considered the less privileged group that should be supported when they need to buy agricultural tools, fertilizers, and insecticides on credit. Next is giving computer tablets to 800 first year primary school students. This one has met with criticism as critics say students that young should learn to read and write first. The tablets will turn out to be a waste if they do not use it for educational purposes. The Pheu Thai, however, insists the first semester in May next year, all grade 1 students will definitely get computer tablets as a gift. Lastly, the land reclamation policy to prevent flooding at the mouth of the Thai Gulf at a stretch of 30 kilometers. This policy is criticized as not attacking the root of the problem and will cause environmental destruction, especially mangrove forests. However, the Pheu Thai party has not announced when this plan will materialize. That's it, folks. Have a nice day. Bye.